the missile. Magnussen all the way from Putty. Let's do this.
One day, we're gonna live in Paris.
On the run home with Joel and Fletch. It's time for a Paris 2024 update. Smash your next feed with DoorDash. Download the app today to get the best of your neighbourhood delivered.
Okay, here he is from Paris, James the Missile Magnussen. How are you, Missile?
Boys, I'm not as fresh as I was yesterday. First night fever got me in its grips. You know how it is.
Yeah.
I do know how it is. Now, just, okay, after we spoke to you yesterday, it was about 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. What happened after that?
Yeah. So I went looking for a pool in Paris, right in the city. Couldn't really find one, so I found a gym, got a workout in, and then I went and met a friend of the show, Matthew Johns, at a pub with Dave Riccio, another friend of the show, Webby, another friend of the show, and who else is there? Michael Chemis, so the rugby league crew.
Yeah. And
from there,
did you go to one of those fancy European nightclubs?
No, well, the News Corp had like drinks on back at our hotel for everyone here last night, so it sort of just kicked on back here till the wee hours, and then now my body doesn't know whether it's Arthur or Martha. I'm jet lagged. I've had a big night, and the Olympics start in 3 days. So view beauty.
Are you in trouble by Rose? Was Rose angry?
Yeah.
Oh, you're in trouble.
No, Rose gives as good as she gets.
Yeah, all right. So Rose was out there with you?
Rose was an accomplice.
Yeah,
Okay.
Rose was with us. Yeah.
And what is the drinking culture in France? Because I know that they drink, or in Europe generally, they don't start drinking about 10 o'clock, but they're not the binges as we are. There's definitely no sculling tequilas and doing laybacks on the bar.
That's right.
What did you get up
They're
to?
more on the vinos. Vinos, I reckon, Fletch. But one thing, where we were yesterday is just tourists galore. I barely saw any French people where we were. We were sort of near the Champs-Élysées. And it's just, the place is just teeming with tourists. It's well and truly alive. And now we're a couple of days out from opening ceremony. A lot of the city is shutting down now because they're doing the opening ceremony up the Seine, not in the stadium, for the first time, I believe, in history. So a lot of areas of the city starting to shut down, access limited, but just teeming with tourists. And good vibes so far.
Hey, just with all the tourists there, Bissol, and with all the big-name Australians you were hanging out with last night, did many Aussies come across you? Did you recognise you guys?
No. We were pretty. We went uninterrupted throughout the whole night, which was good. Rose was saying Matty Johns was getting stopped at the airport here in Paris. Yep. I doubt he can go anywhere in the world with Australians without getting pulled up. But no, as far as in the city, it's so full of tourists. I'd say a lot of other European countries, but also a lot of Seppos.
Is it just a massive vibe, Missile? Like, you've obviously been to the Olympics and it's been all business, but this time you can just go and relax a bit, which clearly you have. How are you finding it?
Yeah, finding it good. It's going to be interesting, like, doing it this way. So the swimmers got into the Olympic Village yesterday. So we basically arrived at the same time, only this time I'm on the other side of the mic. So it's going to be a super interesting experience not swimming. I'll probably get itchy feet and want to get out there and jump on those starting blocks. But no, I'd say I'd describe this Olympics feels similar to London in terms of the buzz of the city. Rio was a little bit dangerous. Like, there was a lot of military around and all that sort of stuff. But Paris is feeling a lot more like the London Olympics. And I dare say Sydney, but I was a bit too young to remember.
Hey, Missile, where is the athletes' village from, say, the Eiffel Tower?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I don't really have my bearings here. I think it's sort of up north from where we are in the middle of the city.
Okay. Well, we got a text come through. Missile, will you be proposing whilst in Paris?
Yes, good
will you
question.
be going up onto the coat hanger? No, not the coat hanger. What do they call it? The Eiffel Tower?
It's come from a lady called Rose.
Yeah. No, it's from Damien the Putter Pest. He wants to know, will you be proposing?
He hasn't really asked that question before, has he, Fletch? That's the first from Damo.
No, I don't.
Rose just met Reedy yesterday, and Reedy was wondering about me proposing upon hours of meeting Rose. I was like, Reedy, chill out, mate.
Chill out, man.
So you think maybe Reedy might be Damien? You're saying it could be the same person. I was just thinking about Matty getting pulled up over there in Paris. He does look a bit like Napoleon. He's got the complex and certainly the height too. So maybe they're thinking he could be Napoleon reincarnated.
Hey, Missile, I've got a pen in hand, and I'm hoping you've got a few winners for us over there at the Olympics. Is there anyone who's going to jump out of the pack? Maybe, maybe a big name, but someone else that we can sort of sneak under the guard of some institutions, Brian?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I would have thought, I haven't seen the odds yet, because, when you go on the betting apps overseas, my sports bet's blocked. So that's an issue. Got to figure that out somehow. But I would imagine you'd be getting decent money for Molly O'Callaghan in the 200 freestyle. So she got beat by Ariane at our trials. Ariane broke the world record at our trials. But Molly was really disappointed with herself after that swim, which tells me she made a mistake in the race, the way she reacted afterwards. So I reckon if she pulls it together on race day here in Paris, you should get high twos, maybe threes for Molly O'Callaghan in the 200 freestyle. That's one of my best bets. Then first night, standard, you got Ariane Titmus 400 free. It's probably $1.01. And the Frenchie, Leon Marchand, in the medleys for the men, he's a certainty as well, so jump on him.
Just going back to the opening ceremony, who's going to be lighting the cauldron? We had Kathy in Sydney. Who's one of the great French Olympians?
Well, the thing is, Fletch, I don't know. I don't know how this is going to work, because this is the first time it's not been done in a stadium. So it's all on the river, and they're all coming up. They're basically coming up the Seine in boats, performing and doing the opening ceremony while the crowd sits on the riverbanks. So I don't know where the cauldron is.
So are all the teams in boats, or are they on barges?
I was just talking to Rose about this. I was saying, how do you get sort of 10,000 athletes up the river? Or are they doing like a march through the streets? I don't know. It hasn't been super clear. But I do know that a huge part of the city is shut down as they prepare these last 2 days for the opening ceremony. But I was thinking back, certainly in my lifetime, every opening ceremony I've ever watched has been in a stadium. I don't know if you guys can remember back a bit further, but this is breaking new ground.
And I've got a challenge for you. We need you to do an interview with LeBron James, one, and Sharika.
Yeah.
I need two. That's a couple of challenges for you, you and Matthew.
Is Sharika the Jamaican one or the American one?
Jamaican.
Yeah.
Shaqiri is the American.
Who's your money on, boys? Shaqiri or Sharika?
Oh, I'm going the Jamaicans.
Yeah, me too. Seppo came from out wide. She was in lane 8, but I'm going for the Jamaican.
Yeah, I'll try. I don't know how close I'll get to a LeBron James. They won't be staying in the village. There's no way they'll be putting up with those cardboard beds.
What do you make of him being the flag bearer for the States? Do you like that, or it's caused a bit of a noise saying, no, it should go to a more traditional athlete type, like a sprinter or swimmer, for example? What do you think about that?
I think for Olympic sport, which can at times struggle for headlines, that's the perfect flag bearer for the US. That's obviously would have made huge news over there and around the world. So in terms of creating a stir, it's probably the right choice. If you give it to a Katie Ledecky or someone like that, maybe that's less publicity for the Olympics as a whole. So I think it's a good choice. Look, when LeBron retires, will he look back and say, I won X amount of gold medals at the Olympics? Probably not. He'll look back at MVPs and NBA championships. So in that sense, I understand it. I really don't think the Olympics is the peak for basketball players.
Misso, we've got a question here, no name, but he wants to know, he's never punched on the Olympics before, what are you really gambling with, but can you pick a swimming quinella? He wants to know, Misso, what do you think about Molly and Ariane 1, 2 and the 200? Can we do that first of all, quinellas?
Yeah. Well, that's probably a question for your little mate sitting next to you. I'm not sure.
Do you know, little mate?
No, I don't actually know, to be honest. I'm sure you can. Hey, just on this,
I don't know.
So under the Australia's Medal Incentive Funding Program, Individual athletes are paid $20,000 for a gold medal, $15,000 for a silver, $10,000 for a bronze. Singaporean athletes receive close to $1.1 million if they win a gold, so they're all on there. But what's it worth? Like, what is it actually worth to win a gold medal with all your endorsements? Or I think you said last time that most of the money's been paid already, like the Titmuses and...
Should we ask Kyle Chalmers?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, basically think about it now. Any athletes you've seen on TV in the past month in the lead up to this Olympics are making their money now. And that really is the time to do it, because these Olympic sponsors sign on once every 4 years. They do their campaigns, and then when the Olympics is over, they're gone and on to the next. So, like your Arianes, I'm seeing a lot on TV. Kaylee McEwen, I saw a bit on TV. A bit of Kyle, but they'd be the main ones making the money.
And have we seen any celebrities floating around?
No celebs yet, but
No, okay.
there always is, like, you know who loved swimming back in the day, who used to always come? He was in London and Rio. Matthew McConaughey, big swimming guy.
All right.
Green lights.
Ooh,
Yeah. VIP seats. He used to come back and see the swimmers and stuff after the races. So he's a big swimming guy. Kobe Bryant was floating around the Australian swim team at one point. I think he was a fan of the Australian swimmers.
Yeah, I did hear that. I heard the, yes, the less I say about that, the
Yes,
better. I
yes.
do have proof.
So, okay, how's the rest of the day look, Missile? What's happening? What time is it there, by the way?
Here it is 8:40 in the morning.
Oh,
So I've
yeah.
just
Thanks for getting
risen.
up. Thanks for getting up for us.
No dramas, boys. Keeps me honest. So I'll find a pool. I need a swimming pool, boys. I can't find a bloody swimming pool in Paris. They don't have the same culture, I think, as we do with swimming. And the other thing I noticed, I tried a couple of gyms yesterday to find the best one. They're not big on the weights, the Parisians.
Oh.
More
Yeah,
into
let
it.
us-
Their gyms are just packed with cardio.
Are you allowed to smoke in restaurants over there?
Oh, I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure you can.
I don't notice they're selling vape still over here.
And we heard again, police presence was big. Is the media telling us the truth here? Because we're saying there's blokes with machine guns on every corner.
Hey, Missile, look, when we live there,
I don't know about machine guns.
we lived there for a period of time, and one of the things I noticed, I did notice the smoking, so a lot of them were smoking. I did notice that there wasn't very many big people, like they were quite lean despite the smoking and the drinking.
So no Fadipas.
Not really. And I didn't notice too many fast food outlets. Have you seen many of them there?
Ooh, I've seen the Macca's. I definitely agree with the small comment. I went to go to the bathroom yesterday and banged my head on the doorway. So they're definitely below average height. I haven't noticed the smoking, but there is a lot of people vaping. So I guess that's probably the transition now, right? Is people are vaping instead of smoking, and the smell doesn't linger as much, so you probably don't notice it as much. But they're definitely still giving the lungs a workout.
They're not very big. They're not very big eaters. Everything's small portions.
Yeah, that's right.
They're classy people.
Yep. Righto, mate. Go and find yourself a pool or a piss-in, as they call it over there. And, mate, we appreciate your time once again, particularly after the first night fever. We'll talk soon, legend.
I'll be much fresher tomorrow, boys.
No, you're
Good on
good
you,
anyway. You're
Missile.
outstanding anyway. I'll tell you what, he can play up and get up. He's very good at that.
That's why
The
he's a
Missile,
silver medalist.
And he's here. You can smash your next feed with DoorDash. Download the app today to get the best of your neighbourhood delivered. After the break, take your calls, 1300 01 1170.